Okay, you ready?
Okay.
What was the most difficult part of prep?
It was a very long prep. I started dieting in April and it's the middle of October, so it's 6 months. And the first show was in August, it was 2 months ago. And it was I was making good progress, it was feeling good. 2 weeks before the first show, it got very difficult in terms of fatigue. And then of course, since then, I've had to obviously get even leaner. And I think that the most difficult part was when I knew I had another kind of 6 to 8 weeks and I was sort of feeling the fatigue quite hard. And obviously this isn't my job. I have a full-time job, commute in London. So having to go about my day as normal, just battling this kind of intense fatigue all the time, that was the hardest part. But I I made a pact with myself that no matter how hard it was going to get, I wasn't going to break, I wasn't going to give up. And it was, it's for a maximum of a few months out of your whole life, and then you've got these memories and achievements to look back on. So it's worth it. But yeah, there were days where it was definitely hard, yeah, for sure.
What is your mentality going into your last show?
So my mentality going into this show, I know it's going to be a huge show. There's a lot of competitors, but I also feel like I'm pretty happy with the way I look. Considering I've been dieting for so long, I've kind of held a decent level of fullness. I haven't kind of wasted away or faded away too much. I've still got that decent amount of condition. I've gained a lot of confidence and experience from the last shows. And this is the last one, so I might as well just enjoy it. So I'm going to go out there, do my best, enjoy it, and then that's it. I can go and eat something nice and have a good off season. So yeah, no, mentality is I'm pretty calm, I'm pretty confident. What will be in terms of placings, and I'll just do my best. And this is my last chance to showcase my physique. So yeah, excited. That's how I'm feeling.
What's the one tip you could give to someone getting into competing or bodybuilding?
Firstly, you need to have the passion for training and improving your physique. If you've got a passion for training, then that will help massively. And also I would say, find a kind of a circle of support around you. That's massive. So even if it's one person, if it's a few friends, if you're training in a gym and there's sort of other people who compete, try and sort of make those connections. And that support network is so important, because there's not going to be a lot of people outside of competing who will fully understand what you're going through. So having a little kind of support network of someone, maybe it's or have a coach as well, that will really help as well. So I think, yeah, that's a tip I'd give.
So what were your biggest challenges during your prep?
So obviously when you get leaner and leaner, at first you're going to feel really good and you're going to feel fitter, and you're lighter, training's going well. There does come a point when you just get to a low level of body fat where your body will just start to kind of feel very fatigued. Just try and conserve energy. And it's not just the physical fatigue, it's mental as well. Obviously your brain requires energy just like your body. And what I found hard was actually the kind of my cognitive function actually kind of was affected. And that was tough because I've still got a job, I've still got a job where I need to be sort of competent at it. And that was probably the hardest part, which I wasn't really expecting. I just found that having a routine and a purpose and that feeling of being locked in, that kind of made it all worth it, even negatives, because I felt so focused on this goal. Everything I did, every meal, every workout, I was working towards this vision I had and achieving that. just gives me a like profound sense of pride in what I've done. And a lot of people are gonna like take the piss or don't understand it, and I don't really care. Like, I'm sticking to who I am and what I want to do, and that kind of, you know, makes me proud as well. So yeah, I used to struggle to get up in the mornings, and now I'm like up super early, training, get my steps in, get my cardio, all my meals are prepped. I feel like a much more productive, fulfilled person, to be honest. So yeah, that's been good, and I've also, you know, met some really cool people through bodybuilding at the shows, and competing with some of the guys in my gym as well has been really cool. So there are negatives to everything, and at the end of the day, the negatives are temporary. It's not always healthy getting to extreme levels of low levels of body fat, but that period you're in that is pretty short compared to kind of the bigger picture. And let's be honest, you are eating healthy and exercising, so I think it is a healthy endeavour still. So yeah, those are probably the challenges and the hardest parts.
Do you think the season went for your duration of time competing?
So overall, I'm pretty happy with what I've achieved this season, considering it was my first year back competing for a very long time. And I had one structured off season where I was tracking my calories and pushing my body weight up. Beforehand, I was training and eating, but not pushing my weight up, and I was probably limiting how much muscle I was growing. So after one off season with a coach and making sure I was nailed all my sort of diet and everything, my training, my progression, and then going into a dieting phase, you know, I was kind of not sure how I'd do, but my first show, and I came in, you know, probably at 70% in terms of how lean I was and everything like that, and I won my class, the Classic Physique, at the Southern British Championships, the BNBF, and that was amazing to win that. And that really gave me the confidence and that boost to like keep going with it. So I qualified for the British finals. I knew that would be tough. Everyone there had won or come second in their own competition, and you know, people were coming to watch me, and I was thinking, oh, how am I going to do it? But I got top 3 in that, and the feedback I got was actually I had almost too much muscle for the classic division, and the guys, you know, above me just had that better shape, smaller waist and structure. We can't really do much about that. So I thought, well, I could probably go into open, and I went into WNBF, and then obviously I'm still happy with how I looked, but that was an extremely competitive lineup in one of the biggest shows in the country, and there were people from abroad competing. I think the top 3 were all pros, you know, and I think considering the fact that I, you know, have a full-time corporate job or whatever, I can't just train when I want. It takes a lot of organisation to make sure you're hitting your diet 100%, along with doing everything else in your life as normal. Has been really difficult, and I'm really actually proud of the fact that I've managed to achieve the physique I have and have those images which are going to last forever. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do going into this last show, but you kind of got to go think beyond the placings, because you don't know who's going to show up. Like, you know, there could be a load of absolute freaks show up. So these are the biggest natural shows in the country. You know, so natural bodybuilding's grown and grown, and the standards gone crazy. So to be honest, to stand up there and, you know, not be out of place, I'm pretty happy with that, and I think I've still got more to improve, and I think I could be up there with the best natural bodybuilders in the country and then compete abroad. I'm not far off that. So overall, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest.
What is a quote/motivational quote that got you through prep?
To be honest, I mean, the quote that I kept on thinking when I was training and when I was posing, and the posing was just really difficult, and I had to hold it for ages, and after training you're exhausted, Yeah, it's just very simple. Train hard, win easy. That's it. You train as hard as you can. When your competition comes, it's easy because you've just put yourself through. I know what I've put myself through in terms of the training and how hard I train, how much effort I put in. So it's very simple. Train hard, win easy. That's how it goes. You practice hard, competition's a breeze. So that's, you can apply that for anything beyond bodybuilding, any sport or endeavour. You know, you just train hard, win easy. That's how it goes. So yeah.